Hey guys, Chelsea here. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. So today we're going to be going over my personal top 5 fragrances for winter. So as much as I don't want to be heading into winter, we are. There's really not much I can do about it. It's coming, it's right around the corner. The nights here are already getting cold, so I mean, it is what it is. I am more personally a spring and summer time individual, but you know, that's okay because when winter does come, we do really get to break out some of those really nice fragrances that I love to smell on my significant other. So with that being said, let's jump into my top 5 winter fragrances. So the first one is Lalique White in Black. So this one's really warm and it's really spicy and a little bit fresh for it being kind of warm and spicy. It's got vanilla, ambroxan, patchouli, cardamom as some of the notes in the fragrance, and you can pick up a little bit of that vanilla in there as it kind of dries down, and it makes it more warm and more spicy as it dries down. At the top is when it's a little bit fresh to me, so that's why I think that it can really be pulled off during the day. It doesn't have to be just solely a nighttime, you know, really heavy, super crazy warm, you know, wintertime fragrance. This one it's a little different, it's a little unique, and I really like that about it. You can totally pull this in the fall, so I mean, you can really start wearing it right now, but it's really going to do fantastic in the winter. It's going to cut through some of that cold, and it's going to be able to project to whoever is standing around you, but not in a crazy, overwhelming way. It's a great kind of Goldilocks wintertime fragrance, in my opinion. All right, and up next is Gentleman Eau de Parfum Reserve Privé. A lot of people out there that have watched the channel know that I'm not a huge fan of those makeup-y, like super heavily powdered iris type of fragrances. I know Ashton is, I am not. I just don't really enjoy the smell of that. I mean, is what it is. But with this one, it's just a perfectly done iris. I love the booziness that you can kind of pick up. It's a little powdery, sure, but the booziness and the warmth really just make the iris just sing, in my opinion. So obviously the notes in this fragrance are iris, clearly, chestnut, whiskey, amber, and like I said, it's just the whiskey, the amber in there, the warmth that you get, and it just makes the fragrance just really, really good. So when I first smelled this, I kind of already had my mind made up because I know when I see iris, I know I'm more than likely, I'm not gonna hate the way it smells, but it's just not gonna be something that's like right up my alley. That's just my perfect 10 out of 10 fragrance. So when I see that, I kind of already just, in my mind, I guess, judge the book by the cover. But when I smelled this one, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, oh my God, this is actually an iris fragrance that I really, really like. But this one for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, I mean, all of your family is going to be able to smell you and potentially a date. And you're definitely going to impress them with that because it's really gentlemanly, it's really classy, and it just smells great. All right, next up is Halloween Man X. Now, I know Halloween has passed. See you later, candy and trick-or-treating and all those fun things and costumes. Halloween Man X, still here for you. Some of the notes in the fragrance are cardamom, lavender, coffee, and whiskey. And boy, I think you can really pick up the coffee in this fragrance. I love a solid coffee fragrance. Can't help it. I drink my coffee every morning. I love when I walk out of the bedroom that the first thing I smell is the coffee that I had already gotten ready for myself the night before, and it's already brewed and it's sitting there and it's waiting on me. That smell awakens my senses and it's the greatest feeling in the world. And Halloween Man X kind of does that for me in a fragrance form. So instead of coffee in the morning and I put my cream and sugar in it and I drink it, I've got Halloween Man X that I can literally smell and it awakens my senses and it's fantastic. This probably out of all the ones is going to be the one that I am going to say is a great date night fragrance. This is what I'm going to want to smell when I'm on a date and it's nighttime and it's cold outside. This one, out of all the other ones, like I said, awesome date night fragrance for fall and winter. So yeah, this is another one that I probably judged a book by its cover, but in, a positive way, because I was like, oh, it's got coffee. I'm going to love this fragrance. And guess what? I did. And I still do. Every time I smell it, it's just, oh, Lord. The coffee note, it does it for me. There's something about, like I said, a solid coffee note. And this is just going to be amazing. And it's going to sing in fall and winter, but specifically winter. All right, next up on the list is Stronger With You Leather. So leather is a note that I always just kind of, in my mind, just associate with being a very manly type of scent. So leather, oud, suede, those type of fragrances, just in my mind, when I picture a man wearing that, is going to be somebody very masculine. But this one, it's a very nice leather fragrance that is just really smooth. A lot of people can pull this off. It doesn't matter if you're, hyper masculine or not. You can totally pull this off. Doesn't matter. Some of the notes in the fragrance are chestnut, spices, leather, vanilla, and you can really pick up the vanilla in here. It just melds together with the leather. The vanilla and leather, they just come together and they just make an amazing, totally wearable fragrance for anybody. It is inoffensive. Like I said, some of those, hyper masculine type of notes to me sometimes can make the fragrance maybe a little bit more difficult to wear. Maybe you kind of have to have a specific type of swag or personality or whatever to kind of pull that off. But this one, really, you don't. It can be for any guy out there that wants to smell like a really nice, smooth, masculine type of leather fragrance. It's so good. So yeah, that one, if I had to rate it, I would say a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Fantastic wintertime fragrance. Stronger With You Leather is just one that I am here for it. I'm here for it all day. And last one on this list, Invictus Victory. This big ol' hunkin' bottle right here, heavy in the hand. It really does feel like a trophy almost, like I won a prize. I won a trophy for smelling amazing. This one, as soon as you spray it on, you really get a blast of that pink pepper, but not in an overpowering type of way. Kind of like that Sichuan pepper from Clive Christian that I smelled. It really was overpowering and very peppery. But this one is just a very nice, smooth, very well done pepper note. And that's the first thing that you're gonna smell. You've also got lavender in here, you've got amber, you've got tonka bean. If it's snowing outside, oh my gosh, really, you should totally just reach and pull this off. If you see it snowing out there, then just in your mind, just take that one, just grab it off the shelf and just spray it. It is just so nice and warm. Also just a little bit fresh. So I really feel like that you could totally pull this off in the daytime. You would have no problem doing that, especially with that opening. That opening just really sings. And then when it dries down, you get more of that amber and that vanilla, and it smells really, really nice. All of these fragrances here are going to be just amazing in the winter. That's why I put this list together, is just because these are the fragrances that I want to smell when it gets cold outside. We can snuggle, we can wrap a blanket around ourselves, get in front of the fire, and it's just going to make the winter just feel much more comfortable and warm. So yeah, guys, that is my list, my top 5 winter fragrances for 2022. Let me know what you guys are going to be wearing this winter. Let me know if you smelled any of these, what you think of my top 5 winter fragrances. And yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. I will see you later with another fragrance video.